Right, so back in November, I pulled out my camera and put it on my newly purchased tripod. I did so because I felt that life was being a little overwhelming and that maybe the teachers at the Basque University were trying to make me insane with all the assignments. I still had my job, people I wanted to see, in a foreign country I needed to explore, and I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to hand in work on time, let alone see other people. The deadlines were all spread out on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, so that Thursday just seemed like such an elusive point in time. Yet I knew that Thursday was going to come one day, and I wanted to show myself in video format that I am capable of going through stressful days like that and still have fun with it, so that I would then have that video so I could look back at it later and see how good I am. I look at the videos a little differently now. Hi, my name is Steven Ferraro. I study communications, and for the past semester I've been living in the Basque Country as a part of my bachelor.
Hola.
Hola.
Soy el estudiante de UPV que va a sacar unos fotos.
During this semester I've also worked for a company called AVN, which is a Danish online community for entrepreneurs. I'm 23 years old, and I'm always looking for ways to be creative and generally do what excites. Back when I recorded these videos, I was super stressed, and I felt really bad about being this stressed for two reasons. One, I knew that other people, that there were other people who did far more than I did, who worked far more and far harder. And I knew that doing hard work over an extended period of time is how we grow as people and how we reach our goals. In the meantime, I'd probably never been more productive than during this time in the Basque Country. I was learning new things every day, and if I was wearing my trusty headphones, I could honestly study for hours and hours without being tired or distracted. I was sprinting, chasing the runner's high. I was chasing a dream that wasn't mine, or even worse, a 100-year-old cookie cutter dream that, as time goes on, makes less and less sense to me. I'm talking about uni, by the way. Now, as I said, I'm 23 years old, and I think I'm of a very privileged age where you don't really have a lot of worries or responsibilities. I don't have kids, I don't have a mortgage, I don't even have a girlfriend, and I can go to bed when I want, I can eat when I want. I can have a great life without spending very much money. Also, I think your early 20s is really the age where you set the foundation for the rest of your life. This is when you finish your degree, get your first job, and start building that lifelong network. And for me, those decisions mean a lot. I think finding your calling, your purpose, your passion is imperative to leading a happy life. And of course, I would want these things to come from a point of curiosity rather than to be the result of circumstances. I want to look back at my life and see a person who was courageous and who followed his heart and became the person he wanted to be, both in terms of profession and character. I know, sounds good, right? Some of you might think, well, Steven, you chose your field of study, you chose your job. Isn't that exactly what shaping your own life looks like? This is 100% right, but when you get your first job or you pick your field of study, this job or this field of study is usually just a broad term, or like an area, a niche at best. After that, it seems to me that you move in the direction of what you're good at relative to other people, or what your surroundings require of you, not necessarily what you want. I played volleyball for many years, and initially I really looked up to the people that could do these crazy digs and dives. I too wanted to do pancakes and barrel rolls, but I was always the tallest on my team, and tall people play middle block. Now, for those of you who don't play, middle blockers never play in defense. They block, and they very rarely do pancakes. Now, to continue the analogy, the exercises we did and the training sessions we had were fine-tuned to make us into specific types of players. Some people got really good at sitting under other people, got really good at jumping high, and basically we would train whatever the team needed. Now don't get me wrong, I love playing volleyball, it's my favorite sport ever, but I think that you can draw parallels between what happens in a sports team and what happens in real life. Working with other people, getting a degree, and even spending time with your best friends every weekend shapes you. It tells you what you're good at, what you're not good at, and what the people around you appreciate and what they don't appreciate. Now, getting a job, educating yourself, spending time with friends are some of the most amazing things in life, and it definitely makes up most of this short life we have. But for the next 9 months, I would like to see what happens if instead you try and go solo. I'm still going to educate myself, hang out with friends and work, but I'm gonna do it on my own. This past year has been tough for communicators and creatives, and I think that we the creatives could benefit a lot from learning how to stand on our own 2 feet instead of being reliant on these fragile companies. Look, my life isn't miserable at all. I get paid to go to university in a foreign country. I have a job that's challenging and relevant to my field of study, and I'm surrounded by intelligent, inspiring people from all over the world. And to be frank, I am just grateful for what I have, especially when I look at what's happening around the world. This project of mine isn't a way to bash my old teachers or my old job. Of course, it is merely me saying that I'm trying something else. Now, I have no clue how to do this, how to be on my own, but I'm fine with learning that along the way. How do you motivate yourself when you don't have a boss or a professor setting deadlines for you? How do you educate yourself when you're not in a classroom? And how do you make money if that's what you want? I'll use this channel to share my thoughts on going solo and to document my journey. I also love educating, and it would be super fulfilling to me to share some of the experiences I gather along the way. If you find this topic interesting or simply curious about what 9 months solo can look like, I invite you to subscribe. One of my goals this year is to become a YouTube partner, and you subscribing really helps me to do that. I hope you guys have an amazing 2021. I'm just stoked to get on with this project. Hasta luego.